up, everyone? Welcome back to more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Last time we left off, we finished the flashback sections for Gregory Edgeworth, and now we're going back to the future / present, but I think I made the joke already, so we'll just continue on. We'll carry on, my wayward son. And that's all Uncle Ray knows about the IS-7 incident. So that's what happened in my father's last case. The truth of the IS-7 incident.
What happened at the trial?
In the end, Von Karma defeated us.
Huh? So, you couldn't prove Mr. Master's innocence?
We gathered plenty of evidence to prove it, but Von Karma was even more despicable than we thought. He was a prosecutor who would do anything for his guilty verdict. That's right, and he really did use any means necessary. Because of this, the trial dragged on for about a year, till it finally reached a conclusion. I'll never forget that fateful day when the judgment was passed down, the 28th of December. It's April now, so it's been a little over 17 years. How time flies. The 28th of December, 17 years ago, I was watching from the gallery that day. Before the trial, your old man noticed that Mr. Master was acting strangely. He was at the breaking point, both mentally and physically. He wanted to be found guilty.
No, Mr. Master didn't fake a confession, did he?
Yeah, that was what Von Karma was aiming for from the start. When your old man tried to expose the fact that the body had not been found, Von Karma used the power of his police cronies to quash that argument. He even went as far to prepare a fake autopsy report. Then, they made Mr. Master give false testimony and confess being an accomplice. With Mr. Master's confession, the situation quickly became dire. But your old man had a trump card up his sleeve. Was that the trump card he was talking to Detective Bad about? Yeah, that trump card was to be our insurance in case Mr. Master confessed. He'd asked Detective Bad to have Mr. Master's interrogation recorded.
Detective Bad wanted to know the truth too, huh?
After he was dropped from the investigation, he never stopped caring about the case. Even when he was involved in other large cases, he really was the definition of a true detective. The defense presented the recording, which proved that the confession was forced. Well, it seems the detective in charge of the initial investigation and interrogation, Rip Lancer, took all the blame and was charged and dismissed. Still, at the trial, your old man exposed Von Karma's corruption, and Von Karma received his first penalty from the then chief prosecutor. The only penalty in his 40 years of prosecution. However, Mr. Master didn't want the trial to continue any longer, and the curtains closed on the trial that day with the verdict of guilty.
My memory of that time is fuzzy, but I was also there, watching my father's final trial. And I think his final regret became my own.
Your old man wanted a retrial to prove Master's innocence, but he passed on before he could fulfill his wish. After getting entangled in another case, it breaks my heart even now. I didn't return home with him that day. And what's more, to blind myself from my own worthlessness. Uncle Ray put all of his hatred on you as a traitor for being Von Karma's pupil. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's natural you would hate me. After I became a prosecutor, I was able to get Von Karma to show me the case file. Mr. Master was found guilty for the murder of Isaac Dover.
Oh, iced over. That's the joke. That's not right. Wasn't Mr. Master found guilty of being an accomplice?
But this case file says guilty of murder. There shouldn't be anything unresolved in the cases handled by Manfred Von Karma.
Wait, can I take a look at that file? It looks like the charges have been rewritten.
What?
Look at this.
The charge is accomplice to murder?
This is a copy of the original case file I received from the courts.
Why would the charge be altered? This file was given to you by Von Karma, right? Maybe he just didn't want you to know the truth, since you're Gregory's son. He would have wanted to avoid another retrial before the statute of limitations ran out, after all. Sorry. So what I come to believe back then had all been a lie. If you didn't know about it, just make sure you know it from now on. The statute of limitations has long expired, but the truth still sleeps right here. After your old man passed away, Uncle Ray took over as Mr. Master's defense attorney, although Von Karma also had another prosecutor take over the case. Perhaps he thought that since his opponent was a rookie, he didn't even need to turn up. In the end, the real killer was never found, and Mr. Master was found guilty.
No! Is there nothing we can do, even now?
Since the killer was never found, he can't withdraw his confession. I found out after the trial that Mr. Master made a deal with Von Karma, because Von Karma had threatened him. If you don't confess, Catherine Hall will be held under the same charges.
That's terrible!
I don't think Mr. Master really thought that Kate was the killer, but to protect her, he faked a confession. Miles, on the day that Knightley Boy was killed, why do you think Uncle Ray was at the prison?
I see.
You went to see Mr. Master, didn't you? I said I'd visit him every day. I couldn't keep that promise, but I asked Katie Pie to look in on him for me when I couldn't. Through rain or snow she went, every single day without fail. But nothing has changed, and Mr. Master still serves his punishment.
That's so sad. Isn't there anything we can do?
That's why I came here, because I knew those ice sculptures would be on display here today. So, what are you gonna do, Miles? I'm a prosecutor. My position is different from you and my father, Miles. But, moving past my position, what I want as Miles Edgeworth is to know the truth of these two cases. It is for that reason that I am here. You really are your father's son. Well then, if that's what you decided, I'll support you all the way. I'd better leave the EIS-7 documents and evidence with you then. Oh, are we getting everything? Alright, here are the documents. By the way, the parts in orange are Uncle Ray's old notes. Oh, okay, it's just updated. Thank you. And now, here's the IS-7 evidence. There's a lot, so make sure to look it over while you investigate. Received a lot of IS-7 evidence from Mr. Shields. Right. I'll check through it later. Can I... Oh, okay, never mind. It's not that much. They made it out to be way more. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Anyway, there's so many strange things about this case.
Indeed. Those involved in the case 18 years ago have reunited, and another incident occurs. Replicas of the statues from 18 years ago were displayed in the Winter Palace, and poison gas was released in the Autumn Palace, which had been disguised as the Winter Palace. The two chemicals in the Pisces case, normalium and fatalium, were mixed, causing an outbreak of poison gas. The victim of the poison gas was Dane Gustavia, a person involved in the IS-7 incident. Because he was unconscious, he received treatment in the Zodiac Art Gallery's infirmary. Finally, the dead body found floating in the fountain. We still don't know who that is, right? And once again, the ice sculptures have melted. There are deep connections between the two cases. It's possible there are still some clues left from 18 years ago.
Right, let's get started. Objection. Just 1 second. Don't tell me you've forgotten about me. Didn't I tell you that I'm the one in charge of this case? Prosecutor Edgeworth, if you intend to continue disrupting Sebastian's investigation, the word guilty will be added to your PIC report.
What does she mean, guilty? Please allow me to assist you in your investigations before.
I appreciate your proposal, but I'm afraid I must overrule it. That was fast. Even though we're short on hands to identify the victim right now, it's only a matter of time till we figure it out.
In that case, I shall take that load off your shoulders at once. Regarding the identity of the unidentified body, one person comes to mind.
Really? Then tell us!
Very well. It's not just the sculptures that have made a comeback from the incident 18 years ago. Oh, really? The body in that fountain. Oh! It's Isaac Dover! What?
What the heck?
It's likely that the identity of the body is the victim of the murder that occurred here 18 years ago. Isaac Dover.
Eh? It's Icy's body? Hey, who's that? I've never heard of him. Mr. Isaac Dover, a truly great sculptor, but he was better known as Pure Hoquette. The sculptures on display here in the museum are all his creations. Ah, so in other words, that sculptor was the best. Somehow, I feel a strong kinship to him. And he was a victim in the IS-7 incident.
She knew about the IS-7 incident.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, the IS-7 incident occurred 18 years ago. And what's more, the police reported the removal of the body.
That's what's on the record, but I wonder if that really is the truth.
What are you saying?
The defense attorney in the IS-7 incident claimed that the body was never found. Not that the prosecution would ever admit to such a thing. Oh. Is that me? No, it's Sebastian. Okay.
Hello? Really? Is something wrong, Sebastian? No, it's just, they said that they know who the victim is.
Isaac Dover?
It's just as that prosecutor says. It's Dover. No, it can't be.
It would seem my father's suspicions were correct. What is it, Judge Courtney? Have you finally realized that I'm much more helpful than Mr. DeBest?
Hey, are you trying to steal the best position for yourself?
I'm doing no such thing. I just want to know the truth. And for that to happen, we need to cooperate now.
The truth is none of your concern.
I don't think that's true, Courtney Pie.
You again.
Uncle Ray assisted the defense attorney involved in the IS-7 incident, the one who claimed that Mr. Dover's body was never found. The prosecution denied it at the time, but now the body has been discovered here. In other words, the IS-7 investigation was unjust. And isn't it the duty of the PIC to investigate corrupt prosecutors? Then wouldn't you want to cooperate with those who were involved in the case? Unless you have an ulterior motive.
Now that I think about it, Judge Courtney knew about the IS-7 incident. So it would seem she really is here because of the PIC.
Even if you're related to the incident, I don't see how Prosecutor Edgeworth is.
He's the son of the attorney in that case, and a prosecutor taught by Von Karma himself. And what's more, he was in the audience at the IS-7 trial. I'm sure there are many points he can enlighten us on.
Very well. I will allow you to cooperate. However, your investigation must not hinder the other investigators. The Winter Palace is currently being investigated, but the fountain patio is open to you.
That's my Courtney Pie. Now we're talking. As thanks, I will allow you to have a hug with Uncle Ray.
Overruled. If I feel your cooperation isn't needed, I will have to ask you to leave.
Understood.
Ah, isn't that great, Miles? Now we can start investigating.
You really helped us there.
Uncle Ray did it all for himself. Alright, Uncle Ray's gonna investigate too, so let me know if you figure something out.
Got it. Right then. Okay, let's begin the investigation.
Okay, let's do this.
We still don't know where Mr. Dover's body and the Normalium were hidden.
I won't have enough information to go on.
You're right. Our first priority is a Normalium.
Well, Normalium is used in washing detergents, paints, and the like.
If I recall, it's a red liquid with a minty aroma. Minty aroma, okay.
Well then, let's get looking for that Normalium.
Begin investigation. It's been a while since we did Edward's story, so what logic does he have? Is it just this? Yeah, okay. Wasn't that weird in itself that it's so clear? It appears the body has already been recovered by the police.
Why was the body of the victim from 18 years ago found floating in the fountain? I mean, wouldn't the body have gone all goopy after 18 years?
I don't know if I would call it goopy. It certainly would have required a special method to preserve the body, so they froze it, but why?
Yeah, I wonder if such a method even exists. Hey, Mr. Forensic Guy, any new information?
Yes! Normalium and Fatalium have been detected in the fountain water.
They must have flowed through the stream from the Autumn Palace to the fountain.
Aside from the chemicals, we also find high levels of sugar. We're working hard on investigating it. Sugar in the fountain water. What could have caused that? Oh! On this service cart, Miss Hall has prepared her tea set.
According to the pamphlet, the museum is also famous for its tea.
Yes, it certainly had a flavorful, rich taste.
Seems this tea set was also made by Mr. Dover.
Oh, so the tea set was made by the victim? Let's take a closer look. So this tea set was made by Isaac Dover?
Fancy stuff, huh?
Okay, I'd say this tea set is worth thousands of dollars. Please be careful with it.
Huh? This tea set is such a treasure?
Please don't look so excited. If I recall correctly, Miss Hall was a huge fan of Mr. Dover. Okay. Hey, Edgy! What is it? Be careful with that teapot. Why must I be warned by him of all people?
Madame and Messieurs. Would you care for some tea?
Miss Hall. Katie. No, I'm fine, thanks. Kay and Edgy, you guys can have some. Well, since you asked, we might as well take a short break.
Certainly. Thanks for the tea. Wow, it's so tasty. What kind of tea is this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's Ceylon tea, known for its citrus aroma. Oh, that's not minty. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. However, Miss Hall, is this the same tea you served us this morning?
Yes, that's right. Was it not to your liking?
No, it's not that. The tea we had this morning had a slightly different aroma. There we go. There we go. We found it. All right, cool.
How strange. It is the same Ceylon tea I served this morning. There shouldn't be anything different about it.
What's wrong with you, Edgy? Quit nitpicking about the tea Katie so kindly prepared for you. Larry, what are you getting so upset about? I'm not upset. You're just being a rude jerk. And I told you to call me Larice. Sheesh, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. It's like arguing with a child.
Larice, why know what's wrong?
I'd like to ask him that later myself. And I also need to speak with Miss Hall. I don't have any evidence that shows she is the culprit, but I dare say she is the one who set up the poison gas trap. There's not a single stain on this pure white tablecloth.
Take hold of the edge and focus your mind. Then in one go, pull!
Kay, I hope you're not planning to do anything bad.
No, don't worry. Even if I fail, this tablecloth would just be dyed a nice black latte.
The tablecloth looks better white. Please refrain from changing it.
Wonder about that. It might look better in another color. Like pink, or blue, or tea.
No. Wait, Larry, did you actually leave? Oh, no, here you go. Okay. Larry, tell me what you're hiding.
You two, stop glaring at each other like that.
I'm not glaring, Kay. I'm using my artist's perspective. Edgy's the one who's glaring. Then if you know what's good for you, you will tell me what you're hiding right now. No way, dude! Didn't I say that I'm not talking to you anymore? Aren't you talking to me right now? From now on, I'm definitely not talking to you anymore. I'm not going to get anywhere like this. Looks like I'll have to force it out of him. Mine, Jess, mine, yes! Oh, boo. Larry, what are you hiding?
Hey, come on, Mr. Edgeworth. This isn't the time to be playing around, you know?
I wasn't playing around.
Still, it looks like Larice won't be talking anytime soon.
If he's going to talk to us willingly, I'll just have to force him to talk. Just what is Larry hiding? Perhaps I should investigate a bit more. I should continue the investigating around the fountain patio. I don't know. Let's talk to you. Miss Hall, where have you been until now?
I was showing the remaining guests out and handing out complimentary gifts as an apology. Did you require my services?
Yes, there are a few things I want to ask you about. My suspicions are correct. She's the one who set up the poison gas trap. How exactly did you prepare the melted sculptures from 18 years ago?
My, so you know what happened 18 years ago. It's because 18 years ago I photographed Monsieur Dover's sculptures. Using the photos as a base, I managed to create replicas.
Replicas?
The Zodiac sculptures had been an unfinished work, so I wanted to complete it somehow. Because I am the one who accidentally melted Monsieur Dover's sculptures.
Could you tell me why the Autumn Palace resembles the Winter Palace so much?
Well, my apologies. Do they really look so alike? I think I may have gotten some of the decorations mixed up.
She's obviously lying, but I haven't gathered any evidence to prove that yet. Oh. I don't know how I didn't see this before. This smell and this color. Don't tell me this is a puddle of tea.
Huh? There's a piece of this pottery in the middle of the puddle.
Pottery shard.
Oh no, it broke.
I think I recognize the design. I should probably show this to that man and see what he has to say. Okay, here we go. You broke a cup, didn't you? I didn't do anything, Edgy. Don't tell me. Larry, take a look at this. Oh, what's that? Larry, I've got a feeling that what you're hiding is related to the tea in this pottery shard. Well, if you're not going to talk to me, I can always hand this shard over to Judge Courtney. Wait! I'm trying to keep a clean image for Dusty. I want to see how I've dirtied myself. I can't imagine what part of you can be considered clean, but if you don't want her to declare you guilty, I suggest you speak truthfully now. I got it! I'll tell you! Larry, it's time you confess to what you've done. How can you be so cruel to your best friend? The same way you can be so dishonest to your best friend. Well, you can stop glaring at me. I promise to tell the truth this time for sure. I just thought I'd pour Justy some tea, but my hand kind of slipped a bit and it broke. I accidentally broke the crazy expensive teapot. The butt strikes again. Why am I not surprised?
Oh boy. You've really done it this time, Larice.
What should I do, Edgy? Katie will hate me! Crying to me about it won't solve anything. First, you should apologize to Miss Hall.
Is that so? My teapot was...
Katie, I'm so sorry! I don't have any money, but I'll draw as many portraits of you as you like.
Please kindly raise your head, monsieur. It is I who should apologize. I didn't notice the broken shards. It's dangerous, so I'll tidy up the broken pieces. Allow me to take this piece from you as well.
Wasn't this tea set one of Isaac Dover's works? I heard that it was very important to you.
Yes, but there's no use crying over spilled tea. Besides, I still have another one of those teapots left.
Is she not as attached to Dover's work as she used to be? Katie, you're so kind. Oh, that other teapot you were talking about. Is it the one on that cart?
Yes. Yes?
Truth is, when I was trying to hide the broken shards, I looked under that cart, and I found a teapot that looked exactly like the same, so I switched them. Oh, okay, here we go.
Really?
Yeah, everything's cool now. I took great care to make sure no one would break that pot. You, don't brag about that when you were the one who broke it in the first place. I'm sorry.
I don't mind. Thank you for your consideration.
Edgy, Katie is a really nice lady, isn't she? You should reflect on how you cause trouble for people like her. Okay, when I make it big as an artist, I'll donate paintings. In fact, I'll even welcome you as my own personal model. I think it'd be better if you just stopped causing trouble. I hope you haven't done anything else. I haven't! I just sit around sketching beauties. Sketching beauties? If you're interested, I can let you take a peek.
I guess even Mr. Edwards is interested in beauties.
It's not like that. I just thought it might be another one of his strange paintings. How dare you! I'm very confident in my work this time.
Oh, I want to see too.
Oh, I'm glad you're so honest about it, Kay. I'll get it ready, so come check it out later. I guess I'll have him show it to me later. That's okay, because I have evidence. Hold on. No. We'll work with that in a second. I have it. I need to do this, and if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna be mad. There we go. Thank God. Maybe the reason why the Ceylon tea smelled different was because the pots had been switched.
Eh? Really?
The taste of the tea itself did not actually change after all. Let's go ask Miss Hall about it in more detail. Miss Hall, was the reason why the Ceylon tea smelled different because the pots were switched?
Yes, that's certainly possible.
It had a fresh minty aroma, not unlike that of a Yuva tea.
Ah, I remember now. I prepared some mint tea yesterday. I'm sure that the aroma just happened to remain in the teapot.
Ah, there we go. Now we can connect our logic. Is that really all there is to it? Nope. Minty aroma. Boom! Got you. A minty aroma was emanating from the pot Larry had replaced.
Miss Hall said the aroma was left over from the mint tea she prepared yesterday.
Indeed, she seemed less surprised to find out that Larry broke the teapot, and more surprised by the fact that the pots had been switched.
That's right. Normally, it would have been the reverse. A broken teapot is much more shocking.
She's probably trying to hide this teapot.
Hide the pot?
One of the characteristics of Normalium is a minty aroma. There's a possibility that she was hiding Normalium inside this teapot.
What? Inside the pot?
It is only a possibility for now, but it's one worth investigating. Mr. DeBest, I assume you haven't found the Normalium yet?
Huh? Oh. I've had the entire art museum searched, but I haven't received any reports yet. And what about you? Don't you have any ideas?
Only one.
I knew it. Nobody but me would be able to find it. Wait, what? You have an idea where it is?
Indeed.
Then tell me!
It may have been in this teapot that Miss Hall had used.
Oh, this teapot is pretty nice. It'll make the perfect present to the best prosecutor.
It's not a present. It's an important piece of evidence.
Oh, it's just evidence. And I guess I'll have Forensic take a look at it. Monsieur Edgeworth, is there something wrong with the teapot I used?
This teapot has a minty aroma to it. It's the same aroma as one of the two chemicals used to create the poison gas.
Monsieur Edgeworth, surely you don't mean... You suspect me of having set off the poison gas?
I do. Setting up the poison gas trap in the Autumn Palace would have required some preparation. As the curator of this museum, you're the only one who could have prepared it in advance.
I wonder about that. Preparations for the opening of the museum took about a week. I received help from both outsiders and Madame Delicia. I think there are people besides me who are also suspicious.
Of course, Delicia is also under scrutiny.
Furthermore, I don't even know how to create something like poison gas. Even if you found Normalium in my teapot, there's no way I could have prepared the poison gas. Well then, I look forward to hearing the analysis results of the teapot.
Her excuse is that she doesn't know how to prepare the poison gas. I must find a way to shatter that excuse. How about the fact that Delicia knows how? That's a pretty big deal, isn't it? Gumshoe, is that you? This is Edgeworth?
It's Gumshoe, sir.
Did something happen?
Actually, right now all the investigators but me have left the Winter Palace. So I can finally tell you what we found.
It's not good for a detective to be leaking out information about the investigation, but his resourcefulness has saved me many times these past few days.
All the sculptures in the Winter Palace have melted. There's still some liquid left in the cases, but there's less in the Gemini case than in the Taurus case.
There's still liquid in the glass cases?
Yes, sir. We just investigated the light blue liquid a moment ago. We only detected sugar in the Taurus case, but for some reason, in the Gemini case, we detected 3 different substances.
3 different substances?
They consisted of sugar, salt, and blood.
Blood? Blood and salt were detected in the Gemini case.
I wonder whose blood it could have been. I asked Forensic to look into it, sir.
Right. I'll leave it to you, detective.
That reminds me. The forensics investigating the fountain patio contacted me. It seems the sugar found in the fountain matches that found in the light blue liquid.
Oh, that sounds like valuable information. Okay. Is that all? Is that all the new information you have for me?
Ah, now that you mention it, we found a rainbow light device in there too.
The device was used to disguise the Autumn Palace. It seems the device was used in the IS-7 incident is also connected to this one. I should listen to what Delicia has to say about that.
I have to go back to investigating now, sir. When we get the results of the blood test, I'll let you know right away.
Yes, thank you, Detective.
Was that Gummy calling? That sure was a long call.
But thanks to him, we now have an important piece of information. In order to break Miss Hall's alibi, I'll need to talk to everyone involved in the IS-7 incident. Okay, well let's talk to somebody who's not involved first. Get all this stuff out of the way. About that sketch you mentioned just now. What? You want to see my art? You should have been honest about it from the start. Look, here it is. What is this? I already told you it was a sketch of beauties. Ah, but just to be clear, the beauties only refer to Justy and Katie. Another plump lady has nothing to do with that.
And why did you draw on the same page?
Well, I was taking a break from my still life painting when those beauties caught my eyes. I guess I just drew them on the same page without thinking. You're saying that the pictures on this page were each drawn separately? Huh? Oh, yeah. I may have drawn them at different times. By the way, there's a drawing of the little Miss K on another page.
Wow, beautiful, huh? Thanks.
Larry, you drew this exactly as you saw it, correct? Well, yeah. Even I can't draw what I can't see. I recreated the scene perfectly. Even the delicate shades. Delicate shades, huh? I don't want to admit it, but this picture might be of help in the investigation. The contents of this sketch, and the service cart in the fountain patio. It seems there is a contradiction between the two. I need to expose this contradiction using my powers of deduction. Could I borrow this sketch for a while? Sure! I could even sign it for you if you like. I think I'll pass. Sketch of beauties. Alright. I mean, this is pretty obvious to me, but I mean, whatever. Larry, there's something I want to ask you about your sketch. Huh? You want a lecture on sketching from the famed Professor Larice, do ya? No, I just need to ask you something. The tablecloth in your sketch, are you sure it was light blue? Yeah, my eyes never fail me. But the ones on the service card here is white, isn't it? Dude, you're always so busy thinking with just your head that you miss the obvious. What's with that look in your face? When I drew that painting, I was using the cart with the tea set on it, remember? Because I was tidying up the broken pottery shards. That's not something to be proud of. And right then, Katie came out of the Winter Palace. I had to hurry and hide the broken teapot so that she wouldn't notice it. What? Did you just say Miss Hall came out of the Winter Palace? That's right, but this time she was pushing another service cart. And the tablecloth was light blue, just like how I drew it. What did she do with that service cart? Beats me, she went to the Summer Palace with it, so I don't know. And when she came out, she was pushing the lift trolley. The lift trolley? When I called out to her, she was so surprised that she just left it there. She's so cute when she's shy. A second service cart and a lift trolley.
Maybe there are 2 tea sets along with the 2 service carts.
We'll have to verify it with Miss Hall. I do want to ask Delicia something first. Delicia, would you be willing to aid in the investigation?
Yes, see, of course. Anything from Miley and Kay Faye, I'll listen to whatever you have to say.
I was wondering if you could stop calling me Miley.
Stop calling me Kay Faye. Fine, that's not really the question. I can't just change a name I've already decided on. If we ask her, she won't listen to what we have to say at all.
Do you know anything about the decorations that are used in this museum? Specifically, the fluorescent cloths and a special device called the rainbow light device?
Yes, see, of course I do. Because they are presents that I gave to Katie. As an apology for breaking the rules 18 years ago. I gave her 4 new rock salt lamps and the 4 fluorescent cloths I used in the contest. Wow, that sounds nice. Fluorescent cloths and rock salt lamps. Seems like only us girls can understand how wonderful they are. That's a cruel thing to say, Miss Delicious. I like them too, you know? Fine, that was back when Ray was still a cute little boy. Back when Mr. Shields was a cute little boy? I can't even imagine it.
Are they the same decorations you saw 18 years ago? Probably. The rock salt lamp, the cloth, and the rainbow light device. They all seem the same. 4 fluorescent cloths were used in the Autumn Palace. But I have the feeling I saw one more of the same cloth.
It's true. Look, I've got the proof right here in my bag.
What is she searching for? Not this. Oh! And she had the chocolates too. Let's show Delicia and have her confirm my suspicions. Wasn't there a dirty rag in your bag that looks similar to this?
Fine, I'm not going to give any information to someone who calls it a dirty rag.
Then, would it be better if I called it a washcloth?
Fine, wrong again. It's a fluorescent cloth. Ah, oopsie. That was supposed to be a secret.
Please tell me all you know about this fluorescent cloth. I'd like to ask you something, since you're a pharmacist. Whoa, sorry. Exactly how would one gain the knowledge required to set off poison gas?
Oh, that's basic knowledge for any pharmacist acquainted with Megatoxin X. It even says on the warning label, danger, do not mix with normalium.
Then, is there another way for someone who isn't a pharmacist to obtain that information?
Well, it might be possible if they've seen the Angel's recipe.
The recipe book that was the grand prize of the contest 18 years ago.
This also contains the recipe to prepare Megatoxin X.
Huh. Does this mean that you've also seen the contents of the Angel's recipe?
Yes, see, that's a given, of course. The pharmaceutical company I work for is the Master Group. It's the company that makes the Cold Killer X medicine.
Cold Killer X. Cold medicine that promises to kill colds good.
After Jeffy got declared guilty, the company took back the recipe book. However, only a small group of elite pharmacists have been allowed to see it, though.
So this woman is also a part of that small group of elite pharmacists. Please tell me the reason why you hid this cloth.
Oh, I guess I have no choice, since the cat's out of the bag. I found this cloth floating in the fountain. And right after that, I was called to the Autumn Palace.
So that's the moment Larry captured in his so-called sketch of beauties.
At first, I thought one of the fluorescent cloths I'd given to Kato washed away.
But didn't you only give 4 fluorescent cloths as the present of this museum?
There are 4 fluorescent cloths covering the sculptures in the Autumn Palace, right? So that's when I realized that this was the cloth that went missing 18 years ago. The poison gas broke out because someone had stolen my Megatoxin X. So I thought the fluorescent cloth had also been used for the crime. I was afraid I'd be suspected, so I didn't say anything about it to anyone.
I see.
But I sure feel a lot better after talking about it. Stress isn't good for your figure, after all.
18 years ago, the cloth that was wrapped around the body went missing. Who would have thought it would turn up in the fountain along with the body? Huh, alright. Wow, this is interesting, man. Holy crap. I think we have enough info to talk to Kate now. Is it true you keep 2 service cots on the premises?
Yes. Is there something wrong?
Earlier, I was looking at one of the sketches from that so-called artist, and I noticed he had drawn the cot's tablecloth light blue.
Light blue? Are you sure you weren't mistaken, monsieur? I only ever use tablecloths that are pure white.
Oh, the blue liquid spilled on it. That's what we're gonna say. I think maybe.
That's true. The tablecloth here doesn't have a single spot on it. Yes, that's because I always change them immediately whenever they get dirty.
Did Larry really get the color wrong then? What were you doing when this sketch was drawn?
At that time, I was just doing my job as usual.
Then could you tell me exactly what that work entails? What were you doing when you were drawn in this sketch? From the looks of the drawing, it doesn't seem like you were transporting the tea set.
This is when I was delivering chocolates to all the people in the investigation. How nice. Chocolates. I wish I could have gotten some too. There's still a few left, so please eat these then. I made them myself, though it's possible they might not suit your taste. Woohoo! Thank you so much.
Thank you. Perhaps it's because she had them in her pocket, but it looks like they've melted a bit.
The sweet goodness. I'm happy to hear you say that.
These chocolates are a little misshapen, but I'm glad to get some sugar into my system. Although, they're a little too sweet for my taste. Oh, this is gonna be sad. Like, this is... Oh, this is gonna be not good. The method used to set off the poison gas is explained in the Angel's recipe. And the current owner of the Angel's recipe is Miss Hall.
So that means...
Indeed, it means that it is possible she knew how to set off the poison gas. With this, we'd expose her lives for what they are.
I didn't examine the thing that he was looking at. Wait, I didn't want to talk to you. Oh, wow, just gonna go into my menu and leave.
I'm sorry, I just...
There we go.
This lift trolley had been left here.
Wonder if it was used recently to carry something heavy.
The surface on the platform appears to be wet.
I remember seeing this lift trolley someplace before.
You mean during the IS-7 incident?
That's right. I remember now. It was in Dover's room. If I remember correctly, it was used to transport the ice sculptures. The lift trolley is a feature that allows you to adjust the height and angle of the platform. With just one of these, a single person can move the sculptures all by themselves.
Okay.
Wow, how convenient. I want one too.
Why is there a lift trolley here? I guess that's something we'll need to think about.
Yes, it could be related to the case. There we go, good lord.
That took so long.
Now all that's left is to wait for the results of the teapot. What? Oh, you suck, game. I hate you. You are a terrible person. I hate you, game. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end today's episode here for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Stick around to see more of this awesome game. We'll be playing it till the end, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out!